Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hejin Lee, and I want to share with you some of the analytical activity that goes on Hejin.com. And we recently put out a trade alert for EOS. And I want to share with you on this EOS BTC pair how classic, exquisite the Elliott waves are shown to be. So this chart goes only back to maybe March on October 2017, which is probably the genesis. And if we take it from there, we can see that this big peak was wave 1. It retraced, let's say, 98% or 94%. That was wave 2. Then went vertical on 3, corrected on 4, and placed a wave 5 to complete the impulse. So that is a classic impulse sequence. And usually wave 1 and wave 2, the wave 2 on the beginning of a bull cycle retraces significantly. And in this case, it was 0.78 beyond 0.78 Fibonacci, and square root of that is 0.88. Square root of that is 0.94. I would say it went to about 94%, maybe even a bit more retracement. And that is quite common between wave 1 and 2 on the onset of a bull cycle. So 5 waves complete. And after 5 waves, Elliott wave analysis requires the requisite correction. You can't avoid it. The 5 threes in Fibonacci ratio, it cannot be avoided. So if we say, all right, the requisite correction usually a 3-wave swing. You can see that. You can see the 1, 2, 3, or better yet, more correctly, this would be an A, B, and a C wave swing. Okay, so if that's the case, A, B, C, in Elliott waves there are 2 types of 3-wave swings: a zigzag or flat. A zigzag has 5, 3, 5. So if we call this a zigzag, correction, then it'll be written as zigzag 5, 3, 5. The reason why we write the 5, 3, 5 is to show the subwave composition. So let's see if we can identify the subwave composition for the 5, 3, 5. So we have wave 1, 2, 3. Look at this beautiful triangle. A, B, C, D, E, 4. And you can even see the subwaves of the 5 of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the case. Then, whenever you see the initial down in 5 waves, you can almost be certain that it's going to be some form, some degree of a zigzag. So we find 5 waves. What about the 5 waves for C? Well, before that, let's do the B wave count. Now the B wave, you can say, has also 5 waves too, and that is where the judgment call comes into play. This is a B, and a C. Okay, that would place then the subwaves of the B to be complete. Okay, you can. I'm sorry. You know what? I think the better count is some kind of a wedge. All right, like this, and then the 5 subwaves of C would be shown as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means, could C be complete? That's the key question to ask. Because if C is complete, then the correction is likely complete. We have the subwave composition, 5, 3, 5. And that 5, 3, 5 stands for the 5 subwaves of A, 3 for B, and 5 for C. So the degree of probability that this is complete is now pretty high, because I can count 5 subwaves, which gives a good degree of confirmation. And if that's the case, what we are doing is laddering into this to take a long position on hedging.com. This is how we trade. Because the best time to buy, the best time to buy is at the terminal end of a sizable correction. Okay? This impulse itself, by the ABC zigzag correction, has thus far been retraced by 0.88 or more. Okay? It exceeded the 0.78. So 0.88, maybe 0.92 by 92% or so. Now that's a major correction. And terminal end means not here, not here. Maybe many would have thought this was the terminal end of the correction, but they would have gotten a good B wave bounce, but then it brought to lower lows. But that lower low is showing a full set of 5-wave subwave composition for C. So the degree of confidence that this zone between 4 and 5 is a very good terminal end of the correction. Now, it could go lower, yes, because then what we have to do is look for the subwave composition of this blue wave 5, and we may be getting 1, 2, 3, and current bounces 4 and 5, but still it'll be well within the terminal end of this correction. Because what's going to happen is that you have 5, 3, so you have 5 waves, requisite correction. What comes after that? Another 5-wave rise. And that second round of the 5-wave impulse will not be lower than this, likely. Especially if you look at it from a higher degree of trend. These white 5 waves were subwaves to a higher degree. Subwaves to a higher degree, wave 1. Okay? The deep correction. Remember what I said in the beginning? Wave 1 and 2 in the beginning of a bull cycle. Wave 2 retraces very deeply. Look at this. 1, 2, very deep. So this is a higher degree of trend. We have yellow 1, yellow 2, 88 to 94% retrace. Very deep. Now this is a semi-log chart, so visually you'll see a big gap, but it normalizes it. So if we have wave yellow 2, what do you think we have next? Somewhere up here, whoops, wrong one. Somewhere up here, I don't know where, okay, is going to be wave 3. And that is what we are preparing for on hedging.com. So we take trades based on conviction setups, high conviction setups. And I think this is one of them. And I would invite you to come join us as a gold member, because if that membership is going to close very soon, I think before the end of the year, we're going to see new all-time highs on Bitcoin. And when that new all-time highs on Bitcoin comes, gold memberships will be closing, because the current benefits of gold membership is a lifetime fixed annual rate of 1,280. It will never rise beyond that. Believe me, once we are past the 30K, 50K, maybe even 100K, six figures, the frenzy will be dramatic, will be jaw-dropping, and membership prices will increase. Gold memberships also will enjoy lifetime, no additional cost to the Profit Trade Alerts, which gives exactly this kind of analysis. So I invite you, check us out. Consider joining the hedging.com community. Have a great day.